What up? It's D&D in the building. Purdue power. No ceiling. Yeah. Double D back, that's Derek and Dalton. Talking gold blood, Mackey been molten. Black and gold dreams, banners we folding. Paint crew loud, every rim gets swollen. Stats so clean, you think it's a scheme. History books get Purdue screen. From humble to E-Day, legends on replay. We run through March like it's just another weekday. Double the energy, talking that legacy. Boiler boys cooking, no recipe. Microphone magic, rivalry static. We breaking it down, keep it cinematic. You want the heat, better tune in fast.
Welcome back to the Double D Podcast. My name is Derek. As always, this is Dalton, my co-host. If you haven't watched it already, go check out the recap of the Iowa game. We should have that posted right before this one gets posted. So go check that out. Give it a watch. Obviously, a great game. Purdue coming off 2 big road wins. But we got the baddest motherfuckers in town coming to Mackey on Tuesday. It is officially hate week because I hate Michigan and I hate IU, and that's who we play this week. Get your hate memes out. Start your shit talking with the fans of the Michigan fan base. They're one of the dumbest groups I've ever met in my life. So you will enjoy that. I have found a few of them that I get along with, but the rest of them are completely horrible. If you go watch the Sleepers preview for this game, don't forget that Greg is a Michigan fan. So anything he says cannot be taken as anything but slander and mistruths. Dalton, what do you think about this Michigan team? Obviously, they're great. I'm being a little facetious here, but obviously they're a great team. What do you think about them? And can Purdue beat them? Can Purdue hang in the game with a team like this?
That's a really hard question, man, to start off. First thing, luckily we have one podcast under our belt today, so I've got the talking part down. It's not a great matchup for us. I will say that. It depends on if Michigan, how they're shooting. That's what it's going to come down to, is who's hitting threes. They're massive. They're big. Their guards, their guard room's about the same as everyone else. It's going to come down to who's hitting threes in this game. That's my honest to God take on it. I don't know how you handle Morez, Johnson, Ade, and Yaxel all at the same time with our personnel. It's a handful, and Morez, Johnson, and Yaxel are both top 30 in offensive rating in the country on KenPom. So it's like very efficient team. They get out, they move, they can get up and down the floor, which is crazy for how big they are.
Yeah.
That's what really blows my mind, is how fast paced they are. And we haven't been great at Mackey this year. Like every game we play at Mackey, we kind of talked about it in the post game for Iowa, is like Mackey is not Mackey this year. It's not Mackeyan. It's like when we get down, the fans are absentee. The crowd is usually older outside of the student section. It seems like people don't want to cheer this year. So, you saw Iowa State similar things to Michigan. So
Yeah, I agree with that, everything that you just said. Like Mackey, I've been to enough games this year. It hasn't felt the same. Maybe the pricing of some of these games has gotten the true fanatics to not be able to get there very often. And this game is no exception. The prices are crazy. My plea to everyone is, if you are at this game, don't sit down. Like, just don't. Like, if you need to sit down, if you can't go 2 hours or an hour with a little break and then another hour without sitting down, then maybe just sell your ticket. Because this needs to be a game where, like, I'm not afraid to say Michigan is a better basketball team from a all-around talent standpoint than Purdue. Mackey needs to be worth 10 points in this game. And if it's not, we're going to lose. If Mackey is worth 10 points, I think we can win. I think we could still lose, though. Like, this Michigan team, I'm looking at their KenPom numbers, like 10th in tempo. Their average possession length is only 15 seconds. 15 seconds. This team starts 2 7-footers and a 6'9" guy. Like 15 seconds. And crazy thing is, their opponent, so that's 7th nationally. Their opponent's average possession is 296th nationally. So somehow they play extremely fast on offense and then slow you back down on defense. Purdue, obviously, we know is going to play slower. Now, this might be one of those games where we go, all right, let's see who's got the better offense. Like, let's see. We'll see. I'm excited for this game because this could be a Braden Smith controls the tempo masterclass and just makes everything slow for Michigan. And Michigan's not a team that truly like values possessions. Like they're going to go down and shoot it as fast. Now they're going to get a lot of them, but if Purdue can limit them and defensive rebound and then control the pace on offense, could get interesting. Or Purdue could completely just go, fuck it, let's play 100 possession
Run
game.
your doors off like we did against Alabama last year.
Like we did against Michigan last year.
Yeah, everyone wanted to talk about how fast Alabama played getting shots up. We killed them at their own game. And I think we can do either of those things. I don't necessarily want to see us slow down and let this giant defense get set. Like, once they're set, you're going to have a hard time. Like, Clough's going to have a tough game because Mara is nasty. Like,
and they run, and Clough is not a great runner. I wouldn't even, you know what's crazy, and this maybe makes no sense. I wouldn't even hate seeing the small ball lineup. Like, counter size with speed and shooting. Like, because if we go in this game and we say, okay, well, we're going to play fast too. We're going to shoot 43s, and you better sure as hell hope we don't shoot 40%. Because if we shoot 40% on 43s and we make 16 threes, good luck beating us at home. Like, good luck. That's all I can say to you. And but their numbers, like, their effective field goal percentage is 59%. Their opponents is 43%. So their offense is insane. Their defense is insane. You know, for all that it is, they're an okay, not great offensive rebounding team. You know, they're 24th in the country, but nothing crazy. They do have a big time tendency to get turnover crazy. That you know, they're 163rd in turnover percentage, like it, and they don't force a lot either. So it's really the biggest way you can win the possession battle against Michigan. Force turnovers and don't turn it over. Like, Purdue has to keep their turnovers like under 10. If they turn it over against Michigan, you're fucked. They shoot obviously an insane number from 2. They are not very good from 3, but they do hold their opponents to 29%, which is second best in the country. Again,
yeah, in conference it's 30.
Yeah. The things that they don't do well on offense, they do exceptionally well on defense. It's hard to counter them. Now it's funny too. Their defense, or their opponent's average 2-point distance is 7.7, which is first nationally. Purdue is almost shoots the farthest 2s in the country. So it's like everything is like a yin and yang. Like, they want to force those. Purdue wants to take them. Like, kind of an interesting. They don't, like I said, they don't steal the ball a bunch. For the size they have, they don't have a crazy high block rate. They are, I'll put it this way. They're beatable. But to beat them, you have to shoot the ball well. Like, we cannot have an 8 for 28 game. Like, we will get blown out of the building. If we shoot 40% or better, like, I think we have a good shot in this game. But it has to be a good shooting night, and we have to keep guys out of foul trouble. And I don't even mean the bigs. I mean the CJs, the Bradens, the guys that can knock the shots down, because if you force them out, the only thing we have an advantage of in this game is guard play. And that's with TKR. Like, I don't know who guards Yaxel. I don't even know how it's possible. CJ? I don't know. It seems crazy to me. It seems like, you just put Braden on or Fletcher on him and say, let's let Yaxel go get however many he wants. Like, if we turn Yaxel into just a scorer, like, probably that's good for us. I don't know. What are your thoughts on kind of their stats? And there's a million things you could go through with this team. But I'll say this. I hate watching Michigan play basketball.
Yeah, I just don't like Dusty May or the way he does things. Michigan's, they're a nasty program, a nasty school. They're always involved in some kind of big scandal. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dusty's doing the same thing. People want to talk about how good Michigan is. Well, how many of these players did you have 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
1 year
How
ago.
are you really a fan of Michigan, or are you a fan of a bunch of guys? Like, because I love Purdue because I know who my guys are.
Right.
And I'm going to ride with them dudes. I'm going to be critical, but let's talk about the fact that they only beat Nebraska by 3 at home without 2 of Nebraska's best players. Michigan State by 12. Man, I wish this game was at Michigan.
I know. I totally feel the same thing. Like, I think Purdue beats them at Michigan 60% of the time. And it's probably swung the other direction at Mackey right now. That's why I'm pleading to the fans to make this about the fans. Like, encourage this team. If we start off 0 for 6 from 3, so the fuck what? Like, get them going.
Stay loud.
Encourage the team. Scream at the Michigan players, not the Purdue players. Like, and that feels like all year everybody's been moaning and groaning about Purdue instead of like encouraging them and discouraging the other team. It's been odd. Let's go through some of their big guys. So most people, I think, that watch our show or watch anything, if you follow college basketball, you know about Michigan. You know about kind of what they do. They run, they gun. They're not a crazy 3-point shooting team. Like, they get to the rim, they attack the basket, and they do it quickly, and they do it efficiently. They're a horse, and you gotta have a plan. I expect Painter and them will. I can only imagine how long and how much tape they've watched on Michigan over the last few weeks. Like, they knew this game was coming. I don't think this is we only had 2 days notice. We didn't know what to do. No, we know. There's enough tape. Like, and that's my thing. Michigan's weird. Like, Michigan plays 25, 30 minutes sometimes of like very mediocre basketball. And then they'll just boom, kick it on. And they did it against Northwestern. That game was close, and then all of a sudden they go on like a 28-6 run, and it's over. The game's over that fast. It happened in like 6 minutes. Kind of like what Iowa State did to us in the second half, where there was a 7-minute stretch where they just bombarded us and we couldn't do shit. And that's why I think in this game, like, coming out hot, getting started early, building a lead is so important because they are going to go on their run. If you get down to Michigan 25-15, you might as well just end the game right then. Like, they're too big and they're too efficient to come back on without just a nasty 3-point barrage. Now, in this game, Purdue is one of the teams I think that can do that, though, like, can go on that run. So any final thoughts on Michigan? And then we'll get into like their players or any players you want to highlight.
I don't want it. I hate Michigan.
I hate Michigan.
Like, I hate everything about this team. I don't like the guys. Like, they just seem pompous, arrogant. Obviously, they're 24-1. They're on a 10-game win streak. Last person to beat them, the only person, was Wisconsin. And I don't know that Wisconsin honestly should have won that game. Like, there was a few questionables, and Ant Wright, whether being a Michigan fan or not, is pretty balanced.
Yeah.
I will say, as far as like calls, and he broke it down, and I don't know. Wisconsin kind of got a gift in that one, which against a 24-1 team, anything's a gift. But like you said, they are turnover prone. They play kind of stupid sometimes, like what I would expect a Dusty May team to play, because he's kind of stupid in my opinion. But yeah, I'll fight him. I'll fight him, dude. Just square up, Dusty. That's how I feel.
He sounds to me when he's talking like he's the guy at a bar trying to convince everyone the Earth's flat. Now, guys, I'll tell you this: if you look at it the right angle, it's flat.
Yeah, he is, man. That he comes from IU. He's a nasty person. Kind of the worst. I think he was actually on the Epstein list.
Without a doubt.
Him and Yoxel, actually. So take what you want from this, man. I mean, do you really want our players playing against some guys like that were on the Epstein list? Like, cancel the game. Come on.
Yeah, don't take your kids to this game. They're likely to be taken by these two.
Yeah.
Okay, those are some crazy allegations. And obviously we're kidding for anybody out there trying to sue our asses. Okay, yeah. Let's just hit on like a couple players. Like Yaxel obviously is a All-American candidate, going to be an All-American and National Player of the Year candidate, except for Boozer is just running away with it. But Yaxel is just versatile as hell, can do a little bit of everything. The only thing I will say about him is if you can make him into a 3-point shooter, you really take a lot of him away. He's not very good at it. He shoots less than 30%, and it takes him away from the glass. It's hard to do when a guy is as athletic and fast and good as he is, but that's really your only chance to stop him. Great free throw shooter, 83%. Shoots a decent amount of free throws, exceptional from the 2-point land. Now, most of those are dunks. He doesn't shoot like a lot of middies or anything. But 67% from there. Like I said, his only flaws is now he is like, and I'll let you say, your part too. He has tendencies, right, to have these games where he just doesn't show up. I don't think this will be one, but like, what do you think about Yaxel?
Yeah, he's been pretty hot lately. Last few games, obviously it was against Northwestern, and I can't say much about UCLA, but they played UCLA. 17-15. Ohio State, he had 14. So, he's doubled in 2 out of 3 of those. Is turnover prone. We're just going to have to play a game where we turn them over.
Yeah.
And Yaxel, I just don't know who we put on him. That is my whole issue. Is like he's Trey sized and plays like CJ.
Yeah. he's a special. That's what makes them so elite. It's not really that he is like this crazy scorer or anything like that. Like he's so versatile that you can play him next to 2 bigs and you don't really feel like it'd be like if we could play Trey as a 3.
Yeah.
But he also was like totally capable and the best defender on the court. Because Yaxel is the best. Like there will be points of this game where Yaxel picks Braden up if it gets tight and just tries to shut Braden down. Like he'll do it. Because like I don't think Yaxel guards TKR at all. And he might guard Braden the whole game. Like I'm just looking at this like, okay, they're so big. When they play they're big, they're 3 big guys together. Like obviously it's gonna be Mara on the big guy, Johnson on is that his name? Did I screw that up?
Morez.
So yeah, I was thinking of Morez on TKR, and then Yaxel isn't going to guard fucking Fletcher Loyer. Like no reason. That's a waste of Yaxel. Like so, it'll be interesting. Let's jump to okay. So ending that Yaxel, awesome. But has things that can be exploited. Let's go Elliot Cadau. He's kind of been the best version I think that they could ask for from Elliot Cadau. Like for everything he's ever been in his career, like this is maybe his best year. Good passer. Like he has games where he has like 14 assists and then he has games where he has 3 or 4. He's probably the best shooter that starts for them or has to be one of them. What's he shoot? Like 40%. So he's their best shooter outside of him and Namari Burnett are almost identical. He's a guy though that can he's one of those sloppy, like he gets crazy sometimes. He'll shoot bad shots, he'll throw bad passes. He can become a defensive liability at times. Any thoughts on Cadau? He's like lived 4 lives of a college basketball career, it feels like.
I think Cadau is way overrated, and I think people get way too high on him for what he actually brings to the table. Honestly, I'd be more worried about Trey McKinney coming in, because Trey McKinney literally scares me. And Namari Burnett, those are 2 guys that you really should be worried about. Elliot Cadau doesn't do much for me, man. He can get to the bucket. He's a ball handler, and that's all I'll say about him.
Fair. Let's jump to Morez and Mara. Obviously, they're 2 big guys. I don't think they play together as much as people think they do. Like it's maybe like 15 minutes of the game. A lot of times you'll see. I don't know. What's
their breakdown?
Yeah, so like their second and third most frequent lineups don't include two of those guys.
Right.
So they'll play together at say 15 minutes a game. And when they do, the reason that they don't is they do get slower when they're both in the game. And they kind of lose that fourth shooting option. And when you do that, you make your defense a lot more guardable, but you also become insanely dominant on the inside. So that's what they do when those two are in. They just completely, it's almost like throwing a body shot in a fight. Like they're kind of just beating you up so later they can knock you out, is what it feels like when those two are in. But obviously, two completely different players. Johnson can do a little bit of everything. He's athletic. He's a energy ball, fireball. Mara is just a shot blocking giant. Also an excellent passer. Like full court passes. You're going to see a couple in this game, like just full court crazy passing. What are your thoughts on these two dudes? Because like we're going to see a lot of them. Like I said, they don't always play together, but we're going to see a bunch of them.
Trey is Merez Johnson's dad.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to say. Like, you're going to be in hell this entire game, Merez. Like, it might be a Trey game. It might be where Trey says, I'm your dad, and he puts up 27. Mara, I don't know, man. You put Clough on Mara, and I just don't know that Mara can do much because Clough's center of gravity is so low, he can just move him around. We got to obviously hit the boards in this game, and it's going to be a challenge because they can go over the top of you, but just put your ass into somebody. That's what I would say. I'm not that impressed by Merez Johnson or Ade Mara. Like, if anybody knows how to play against Ade Mara, it would be our guys.
Right.
I mean, because they saw in practice every day forever. Merez, we've seen him, 3 years in a row?
Yeah.
2?
I mean, there's no one's going to
Illinois.
come shock anybody on this team except for Yaxel.
Yaxel is just, he's the center point. Merez in a day, I don't have much, so.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I think they get a lot more credit than maybe they. Now, Merez has games where he looks unstoppable, but so does TKR. Like you said, Merez is his peak form is like TKR's B plus.
Right.
TKR can, like, to me, it'll be a really awesome matchup between those two, especially the way TKR has been rebounding and being aggressive and everything. Like, I think TKR could get these guys in foul trouble. Like that's where my head's at. Like, what can you do, TKR? Like, this is a prove it game for TKR for me. Like, if you're who we think you are and you're in the final form I think you're getting to, let's do it against the best front court in America.
Foul them out.
And yeah, Ade Mara, like, I don't take much from his game other than, like, obviously he's a good shot blocker. He's 7'3" and can stand on 2 feet. Like, yeah, he can block shots. I am most impressed probably with his passing. Like, he's got a little bit of that Jokic, like, long full court passing, can just throw a dime from across the court. That's probably where I'm most impressed. He's not really like a threat offensively other than lobs and dunks. Like, he can't shoot it. He's 2 for 7 on the year from 3. Merez,
He's
same
DJ
thing.
Asler Jr.
Yeah. Yeah, I know one of DJ's comps on Kimpom is Ade Mara. So we'll see. Again, this should be a fun matchup because I think the bigs matchup now, I think Ade Mara puts Daniel Jacobson in a locker this year, right? Like if Daniel comes in this game, but it'll be interesting. I think we can get these guys on the other end at least. Like, I don't think they're going to want to play them together a lot. Just my personal belief. I think you're going to see a lot of Merez at the 4. And then their role player guys, these are the guys like you mentioned, kind of the scary ones. Trey McKinney, Roddy Gale, Namari Burnett, Will Cheddar. Like, if you're from Purdue, you know who the hell Will Cheddar is, and he will come in this game and probably hit 3 threes. It's just going to happen.
All right.
It always does. What are your thoughts on any of these guys that you want to kind of hit on? They're all fully capable, except for maybe Gale's kind of been junk all year.
I mean, Roddy Gale, it's his standard to just have a nightmarish game against Purdue. If you remember correctly from last year, he Big Tenned us in the Big Ten tournament, like him and Cheddar. It's their role players that worry me a lot more than their starters. Like Trey McKinney is probably one of the most underrated freshmen in America. He's outstanding as a guard for a freshman.
Mhm.
Yeah, that I'm more worried about those guys than I am. Besides Yoxel, that's probably the guys that come off the bench worry me more.
Yeah,
Because
I
we
mean,
have to match our bench up with them, and our bench, never know what you're gonna get.
yeah, our bench could be better, and our bench could be drastically worse than their bench. I will say this: like Damari Burnett starts for them, but Trey McKinney plays more minutes, so very Mason Gillis-ish. McKinney's just really come on. I mean, I'm talking last 5 games, so he's really come on as like I see a world where maybe he's starting by like tournament time. McKinney's been awesome. Moving on. Did it work? I tried to just ignore one and see if that played out. So let me know, Blake, if I got a win there or not. Need a kill shot to get back in this game. Just gonna keep ignoring it this episode. Yeah, how many times are you gonna hit that? Don't see. This is what you do. You're like, fine, I'll just hit it until you do get mad, and here I am, mad. God, Roddy Gale, very similar thing. Roddy Gale starts for this team, but doesn't play a lot of minutes. Honestly, you're gonna see a lot of Trey McKinney in this game. A lot of Yaxel. LJ Kaysen plays quite a bit. Another guy. This team is just deep. They're like Purdue, man. Like I imagine this is kind of like doing a preview for another. Like if I worked or did a podcast for another team and we were doing a preview against Purdue, it's like, yeah, they got all these really good guys, and then oh yeah, Jakari can hit you for 15. CJ can hit you for 20. Benter scored 21 this year. DJ scored 20 this year. Like they just got a lot of dudes, and they're good. And then they have like Will Cheddar, who is like a kryptonite for this team. You look through their like last 5 games lineups, and we talked about Nebraska, like they play basically the same 5 guys all game. Michigan has
Yeah.
played just on average, plays 3 guys at the 2, 4 different guys at the 3, 4 different guys at the 4, and 3 different guys at the 5. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy. So yeah, stacked team, just a stacked team overall, 100%. This is a game Purdue has to take good 3-point shots. I've been tracking it. We're 2 for 28 on contested threes in the last 2 games. So maybe just less of those and more of the open ones that we're shooting like 48% on in the last 2 games. Would be nice. That's kind of one of my keys here. What are your so that's Michigan. There's obviously a million more things. We could make this 3 hours long if we really wanted to. But the fact of the matter is, if Purdue doesn't come in and play their best game of the year, they're not going to win. This will need to be our best game of the year, probably offensively and defensively. Michigan is the national title favorite. They will be the number 1 team in the country when they come into Mackey on Tuesday. There is no qualms about it. To beat this team, you have to play your best basketball, and still might require a little bit of luck on the other end. What are your thoughts? I mean, I don't know the numbers on when the last time Purdue hosted a number 1 team, but they will be AP number 1. It's going to be exciting for Purdue to host them. Purdue should be a top 10 team. So you're going to have a top 10 matchup against the number 1 team. And the number 1 team coming into your house the year you're the preseason number 1 team is kind of crazy.
I'm trying to see who the last one we played was.
I can't remember any. It had to have been like maybe Ohio State years when they were number 1. I'm trying to think.
Michigan State, maybe.
Maybe Michigan State. I don't know if they've been number 1 that recently, though.
That would be a Cobra question, I guess. I hope that guy's well. I haven't seen much from him lately.
Well, he had a baby, so
yeah.
Or he's having a baby if he didn't already. But yeah, gonna be exciting game, exciting atmosphere. I hope better fucking be. What are your you're kind of like your keys to this game, or are you ready for that? Or are you still researching?
I mean, my key to the game. Oh, the last time. Never mind. I thought it was Arizona, but that was a number 1 seed. No. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to find this. Anyways, keys to the game would be you have to control the boards in this game. You can't let Yaxel pull down 14 rebounds because he seems to really be the leading rebounder on this team. I don't know. This is a weird take. Own the paint. If we get Mara or Johnson in foul trouble, that can really help us out as far as, I mean, I don't know. It just comes down to what our strategy is. I know Painter's got something cooked up and he probably sees a blueprint to beat them. And it's not really out like it is for a lot of the other teams in college basketball. So you're kind of guessing. Like there is a blueprint out on how to beat Purdue. There is one out on how to beat everyone, but Michigan's only lost once, and it was a game they probably shouldn't have lost. I guess you just look at games where they played tight, like Nebraska. What do you do? You're playing the number one team in the country, maybe one of the best teams of all time.
Analytically, at least, are the best team of all time.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I think you just approach it kind of like you did the national title game against UConn. You know, we got outplayed, or not even outplayed. We got outcoached, like strategized in that game. And just they had better players and we didn't shoot the ball well enough. So, you know, my keys to this game are pretty basic shit. Like, one, outshoot them. Like, if we shoot a better percentage and more threes, they don't shoot a ton, we have a shot. Win, and this might be bold, but like win the rebounding battle. Size alone doesn't win you rebounding. Effort wins rebounding battles. Size helps, obviously, but they don't have like a massive size advantage. Like it's a 7-footer and a 7-footer. It's a 6'9" guy and a 6'9" guy, and then it's Yaxel. But Yaxel like only shows up for that kind of stuff every once in a while, like, and then it goes away. So obviously rebounding is huge. Like we have to force turnovers, and then like more importantly on forcing turnovers, we have to capitalize on forced turnovers. When you get the turnover, you have to get a bucket, a foul, something productive. It can't be a turnover that leads into a transition three that clanks out and they get the ball and they go in transition. Like it's got to be efficient. And
that's the danger with shooting a lot of threes, though.
Correct, because they go.
If we don't get the board, you're probably giving up a dunk.
And that's where I've been, like, this whole show, I've been kind of back and forth in my brain, like, do I think we should play faster? Do I think we should try to control the tempo? And as I think about it more and I look at their stats, like, I think Purdue needs to limit possessions and be extremely efficient when they do it. Like, if we can limit possessions down enough to where this game stays in like the 70s, I think we can win if we're just hitting shots and we're efficient. If this game gets into the 80s and 90s, I don't think we can. They make so many twos at such an incredibly high level, and they're so good defensively. But then you run into that. Like, if we slow it down, now we're running against their set defense, which is elite. It's like, God, I just don't know what to do here. But my main two keys of the game
are what you did against Iowa State.
No.
That is what you don't do.
Yeah. No, you cannot do that. This is a team, like, drop coverage should be fine. There should be no reason to be high hedging against them, in my opinion. I don't see it. I think their guards want to get downhill. And if you're high hedging and you allow them to start that process, the lob opens up. So much opens up for them. They're not, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Lot to think about. I'm actually excited to watch this game because I have no clue how it's going to go. This literally could be a 20-point blowout win by Michigan. It could be a 20-point blowout win by Purdue, or it could be the close game. It could be everything I thought defensively or everything the opposite. Like, when you have two extremely high-level teams and coaches and groups of players going against each other, both teams are almost trying to find the thing that's going to separate it. And sometimes if they both find something and they happen to counterbalance each other, or like maybe they're exact polar opposites or exactly the same, neither one can work. And maybe both of these teams look like complete shit. Like, this could be one of those games everybody's like high level, and it's like 68-65, with two teams shooting like 38% and then 22% from three. Like I've seen it happen so many times in these high leverage games where it's tough. So, keys to the game are effort, rebounding, shooting. Combine those three things, Purdue's really hard to beat.
Anybody.
Well, true, but Purdue especially. Like Purdue's ceiling.
Those are just fundamentals. Play the
Yeah.
game better than them. Like, make it hard on them. Make them foul you. Play sneaky when you can. Like, this might be we need a sneaky blinders game from Braden, like where he creeps up on people and takes the ball. So,
Yep. Let's run into real quick. We're at 34 minutes. Let's run through. Let's keep them short. One thing we want to see from every Purdue player. Let's start with Braden Smith.
yeah, he's gonna have to have about 15 assists in this game. So,
yep, dominate the game, have the ball on the string, be the maestro. I agree. I don't think this is a Braden needs to go get 25 game. Dominate the game from a passing standpoint. What about Fletcher?
Fletcher needs to score.
Yep.
In this game, we're going to need like a 27-point performance out of him because I don't think he's going to be the key of their focus. So he might find some shots in this game.
Yeah. And I think there could be lanes open up because when they do guard him, what they tend to do is like really rush out and like jump like you see Purdue players do. So the pump fake drive, dish, whatever. Yeah, I agree 100% though. Like I don't give a shit what you do defensively, Fletch. This is a Fletch offensive game. Put up 8 or 9 threes, make 4 or 5 at least. CJ.
Gonna have to keep the torch going.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what we do defensively, they're gonna get theirs. I have a feeling that they're gonna get theirs. Like it's fun to think that this game will be like a 60-point, but I think we have to score in the 80s this game. 100%. So we're gonna need CJ Flamethrower out there. So
Yep. Continue the shot making from CJ. And then whatever his defensive assignment is, if it's Yaxel, I pray for him. If it's somebody else, though, make them very uncomfortable. Because any of those other guards they have, as good as they can be, CJ can lock them the fuck up. Let's go to Jakari real quick. He's this is a game that he could play 20 minutes or 5. I have no idea.
Use your minutes.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say for the whole bench. I don't need to go into any of the other bench players. Like, use your minutes. When you are in, make something happen. Don't be a traffic cone and don't waste the minutes because you cannot waste minutes in this game.
Very, very, yeah, it's probably smart. I mean, the minutes have to matter. Whatever your role is, if it's just locking up defensively, if it's just rebounding, if it's just blocking shots, Benter, just make threes and guard Yaxel, whatever it is, do that well. And don't try to do things that you don't do well very often. Let's not get outside of ourselves. Let's not get Omer going one-on-one against the best defense in the country. Like, that's crazy. Don't do that. If I see that, I'm going to be like, get him out of the game. Let's jump to TKR. This is I think probably the number one guy in this game that, like, if he's the TKR we've seen 2 games in a row, we have a real chance. If he isn't, we have 0. Like, he is that important. What do you want to see from him?
Yeah, he's playing with a chip on his shoulder again, and you're in danger when you play Trey with a chip on his shoulder. He's mad about something. I don't know what it is all of a sudden, but he's mad, and I feel for Morez Johnson in this game. I'm going to go with a TK. Let's go with 16 rebounds. TK 16. He just controls the boards. Clough gets box outs on Mara, and it frees Trey up to get boards. And I think you see Trey go over 20.
Love that. That would be sick. 20 and 16 would be nasty in this game. I'm going to go draw 6 or more fouls. I think he can get some of their guys uncomfortable with his just quickness down low. So that's what I want to see. Last guy we'll hit, and we'll just kind of leave the bench there because we got to keep this a little quicker. Oscar, your guy, obviously going to be a big game for him. I think he's got to play maybe 3-minute spurts because of how fast this game's going to be on the other end. So what do you want to see from him?
Just do your job, Oscar, like you normally do. whatever your role is, whatever your matchup, and who knows, may not see much of Oscar in this game, but when you're in, make the most of it, get a body on somebody. It's going to be pertinent to us getting a victory if that you put a body and move people out of the box. So,
Yep. Crash and be physical. I got a feeling this game, it's going to be called either extremely ticky-tack or they're going to let every fucking thing go. If they let everything go, like you got to battle. These Michigan players will fight. They will get in there and bang bodies. Like, so be the aggressor. I think we talked about this last time. Be the aggressor, not the responder. The guy, always the guy that gets caught, the guy that throws the second punch, right? So go throw the first punch. And if you get the ball down low, make those big dudes play defense. Like, he's got moves, man. And he's kind of crafty. Like, he could get Mara in foul trouble being a little crafty, but don't get over the top with it. That's all I'll say. And be good passers. All right. What's the one thing if Purdue does this, they will win the game? I'm going to go in this game. I'm going to say they will win because we know either one of these teams is capable.
if we out-rebound them, going to go with it for the third game in a row. Whoever controls the glass wins this game.
Yeah. I think that's it. I was going to say the same thing, so I'll try to change something here. I'll say if Purdue shoots 50% or better from three, we will win. I know that's obvious, like, oh, no shit. But that's not necessarily the case. I believe we did a preview or something where I said that, and then it might have been an NBA. I don't remember. I'm blanking on something. But anyway, if we shoot 50% or better, we're going to win the game. What do you think? If Michigan does this, they will win.
Don't turn it over. If they're under, I would say if they're under 10 turnovers, they win.
Yeah, I would even almost say under 12. They're liable to turn it over, and you got to do something with it. I'm gonna say, man, there's so many things that they could do to win this game. It's like, which one is like this is it. I think if they shoot 40% or better, I said Purdue has to shoot 50, but I think if Michigan shoots 40% or better from three, and I'll put this caveat to it, on 20 or more attempts, then Purdue can't beat them. If they make double-digit threes, there you go. If Michigan makes more than 10 or more threes, they will win this game. There is no two ways about it in my mind. The only other way that Purdue would win in that situation is if Purdue made 20 somehow. But you can't lose the three-point shooting battle against Michigan, or you will lose. All right, it's that time. Who's going to be the player of the game for Purdue, and who wins the game, and what's the final score?
Trey Kaufman-Renn is the player of the game. Michigan wins it 84-70.
God, I hate that feels like the right number.
I'm sorry.
What's KenPom have this as?
Actually, they have it a lot closer than I do. 78-76, 56% Michigan.
Ooh, that's dropped a lot, though. Purdue's gained something.
Yeah.
It was like 65 or 66. I'm going to go, man, I hate to do this again, but we did it against Nebraska, and it worked out in our favor. So I just don't know that Purdue for 40 can keep up with Michigan. I think that's been the problem for Purdue mostly all year is we don't play 40. Michigan, I think, can hang right around Purdue with their B game, but they will play their A-plus game for 10 minutes. And if you aren't on yours for part of that or at another stretch, you're going to lose. So I'm going to say Michigan 88, Purdue 81, probably hits a few shots late to get that a little closer than maybe it is. But that's another thing about Michigan. They're pretty good at free throws. So if you get down, you got to start fouling. They're going to hit them. Outside of Mara, he's the worst free throw shooter that I've ever seen play D1 basketball. He's like Shaq, but not Shaq. It's like, if you're not Shaq, you don't get to do that. Like, that's my thought process.
You got to make your free throws.
All right, well, we're both thinking. Go ahead.
I hate to do it, but I've been wrong, and I'll raise my hand when I am. I hope I'm wrong.
Oh,
I
for
hope
God's
Purdue
sakes,
watch.
yeah.
I hope the Purdue guys are watching this, or they check it out and they're like, "Look at these fucking bozos." You know, yeah, prove me wrong.
Yeah, and I know a lot of our people also watch sleepers. Greg will pick Purdue in this game, and it will be 100% like a backhanded, like behind the back dunk on us. Of like, well, I'm gonna pick them so I can look right, or I can dunk on them if we win. So I just think that Michigan has a little too much. Just a little bit too much, and I don't. Purdue's coming to form, but I still don't think we're at the peak yet. And maybe this is the game we get there, and I sure as hell hope it is. Trust me, neither one of us want to lose. This just will be the first game all year, including Iowa State. This will be the first game all year where like I'm going into this game not expecting to win. Like I feel like an underdog, and I don't ever like when in the last 4 years have you really maybe against UConn in the title game? Like that's maybe the last time I felt as Purdue was like a true underdog. Even
I feel
against
like I had
Houston,
more hope for that game.
yeah, like the way we performed at home and the way Michigan's looked, like I wouldn't be shocked if we lose by 20. That being said, I think I put this on somewhere on Twitter. This could easily be a Purdue kind of like gets up fairly big early. Like maybe it's 28 to 16 and then kind of just holds it there for a long time, survives a Michigan run with some made threes and wins this game by 8 to 10 points. Like it could happen. But I think the likelihood of that's about 15% and the likelihood of Michigan winning by 10 or more is probably 80. Just I don't think Purdue loses this game, even though I predicted it, by anywhere in that 1 to 9 range. Like we're either winning or we're losing by 10 or more. So I really hope we win. I appreciate everybody who's watched. Please like and subscribe as always. Check out our recap of Iowa. And, you know, if you know anybody who's watching, we're getting real close to 250 subs. We would love to, you know, get there before the IU game. That would be great. We'll obviously have a recap up of this probably Wednesday. I'm going to be traveling, so it'll be from a hotel for me. But and then we'll have an IU preview up. This is a tough time, guys, for running a podcast. Like we're recording multiple podcasts in days, like, and we only cover one team. So I can't imagine like some of these other guys that cover a lot of different schools and stuff. Like it's got to be brutal. But you know, we'll have to have we did 2 today. We get Monday off. You know, Tuesday we'll watch the game, and then Wednesday we'll have 2 more to do. So, and then we got IU coming up, rivalries hate week. Thanks everybody for watching. And any final thoughts here, Dalton? Anything you want to inspire the people with?
Boiler up. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully
hate week,
with
fellas.
a dub.
It's
Yeah,
hate
let's
week.
go.
Get on
Boiler
your
up.
socials and start telling everybody they suck. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, peace out, guys. Thank you.
Later.